Hey everyone, so this is a video request by Pioneer Love 17. She's one of my friends on Instagram, and she asked me a few days ago to do a video of what living like no one else means to me. And she also asked another YouTuber by the name of Slow Steady Win, what's up girlfriend, what her experience is like as well. And hopefully she posts a video response to it, because I really would love to hear her point of view. Her and her husband actually have a YouTube channel, Slow Steady Win. I'll put their link below, and they're really inspirational. You should really check them out. It's really great to kind of keep up with everyone else and like where they are with their debt snowball. And I think a lot of people can relate to some of the struggles they've had, some of the accomplishments they've had, and kind of where they are with it as well. I tried to do this video earlier today, but my son kept interrupting me and it just wasn't really easy to do. I'll actually insert a little clip from earlier today of what I was dealing with.
Alas, I want something to eat.
Okay, well, can you see me through the lens?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll make you something to eat.
I want some PB&J and chocolate milk.
A PB&J and chocolate milk.
And goldfish.
And goldfish. Got it.
Yeah!
I'll be right on it. Yeah, he's so cute, isn't he? So anyway, so kind of getting back to the question, she asked me on Instagram, she said, I'd love to hear what living like no one else now means to you. How hard is it? What have you done? And most of all, how do you break away from the American notion of having it all, the American dream? I think for myself, and this is from the perspective of being debt-free, already doing the Dave Ramsey thing, you know, I don't really notice that much difference between what we're doing today versus what we were doing a year and a half ago when we still had debt. For us, like the intensity of moving forward is still totally there. I mean, I think that you're really pumped up when you're paying off your debt, and I think you're really pushing through and it's really exciting. But once the debt is gone, you have a few months where you're kind of like, yes, I can relax and everything's great. But then it starts to kind of creep back on you that just because the debt's gone doesn't mean that the job is done. And when I say that, there's a picture I had posted the other day on my Instagram. I think this is a good example of my husband for Christmas. I had given him a radio for his car because apparently the radio in his car wasn't working, and he was sitting in the living room with my son, and they had all the pieces out, and he was putting the wiring thing on together, and we were just talking about how funny it is, like where we've come from, you know, with having nice vehicles and multiple vehicles, and that now here he is putting together this $50 radio. And either him or I made a comment like, yeah, you know what, we could go out tonight and both buy like brand new cars. Like, isn't that funny? Like, isn't that funny how quickly we can like mess up all the work that we've accomplished? And he said something along the lines of, yeah, you know, and I'm, you know, here I am putting together this $50 radio to go inside my 25-year-old car. Like, I'm still all fired up about Dave Ramsey pretty much. And it was what I like to always refer to as a no moment. Because I was just, when he said that, I was just like, wow, like he's right. You know, it's not like the curtain has been lifted and now all of a sudden we can just go do whatever we want financially. It's like getting out of debt is really just the very beginning of this entire process. And so, you know, we're still living like no one else, that we're still pushing forward, and we're still, you know, making sacrifices really, you know, that just because the debt's gone doesn't mean that the party, you know, is over, I guess. And so another thing that we continue to do to live like no one else is, ooh, hear the thunder, it's so exciting, is that we live modestly. We live well below our means. We're currently renting an apartment. I think that that's a big deal. We went from being homeowners, we'd been homeowners for 8 years, to renting an apartment. I think for myself also, living like no one else is not really that challenging of a thing. I think because I wanted the financial security so bad that kind of making the sacrifices like in order to get that wasn't that challenging for me. Like I'm not a materialistic person to begin with, thank God, but you know, there was never a time that I had to pass up like on a purchase or like a trip or anything that I really, really wanted and that like hurt me. Does that make sense? Like always wanted to continue to move forward, I've always been like that. I've always been pretty driven when it comes to finances. I think it wasn't until within the last 3 years when I came across Dave Ramsey that it was the first time I actually had guidance when it comes to finances, because I, you know, before that point just knew that it was really, really important to save money, but I didn't know how, I didn't know why, and I've just always been this very frugal person. Like, I'm the saver, my husband's kind of the spender, that's kind of like, I'm the nerd, he's a free spirit, and that's just something that we've just had this awesome balance with, because we're like, you know, when it comes to money. But he's definitely on board with me. He's the one that's kind of dynamited the logjam for everything. And he is a reason why we get to live like no one else. And I think the point of the American dream is something that I really do still have. I love the idea of home ownership. I want desperately to own a home again. But I don't want to do it until the time is appropriate. I also feel like maybe an issue that a lot of people struggle with when it comes to their finances is that, and this is a term I use often, that they're eating the fruit before the labor is done. And I feel like that's something I did. Because of debt, you're able to kind of get everything now, don't worry about paying it until next month, and you get to enjoy it without actually having to work for it. And I think we really had that backwards. And so that's what it is that we decided to, again, just kind of stop everything and to start over. So thanks again for this topic, Pioneer Love. This is a great topic. Again, it's something I can talk hours about. And thanks for suggesting it. I hope you enjoyed this video.